Gift-Giving Behavior and Behavior Analysis by Kelly Bernard, Brittany Bobin, Maddie Melbourne, Caitlin Traster, Jasmine Von Ney. Here are some of our group members. Our pro stater is Caitlin Traster. Con stater is Brittany Bobin. Our pro prover will be Jasmine Van Noy. Con prover is Kelly Bernard. Pro attacker is Maddie Melbourne. Con attacker is Kelly Bernard and Brittany Bobin. Some of the main points of our debate are pros to accepting gifts, avoids an interpersonal division, prevents consumer alienation, accounts for cultural diversity, may violate ethical code 2.0, and some of the cons are creates a dual relationship, enables boundary issues, initiate feelings of quid pro quo, may violate ethical code 2.0. Our group position is that we stand against accepting gifts. Our group agrees with the con side of this argument, meaning we believe there is more harm than good in accepting gifts from clients. Ultimately, we believe gift-giving can create multiple relationships and allows for the crossing of boundaries, which is against the BACB Professional and Ethical Compliance Code 1.06. Our pro stater, accepting a gift aids the interpersonal relationship. Gift givers are believed to obtain consensual validation of personal tastes and traits as reflected in the gift. Belk 1979. Therefore, declining a gift from a client who's genuinely grateful or appreciative could cause the client to feel a sense of rejection or unworthiness. Ultimately, this sense of rejection could cause long-term harm to the therapist-client relationship and can cause setbacks in the client's plan of care. The con stater, gift giving is unethical due to dual relationships. Accepting a gift might be negatively reinforcing in that gift-giving behavior is a good way to form a relationship or make a relationship better. Blanco and Sheely Moore, 2012. If gifts are given during a session that did not run smoothly, the gift then symbolizes an apology or symbol to repair the relationship. Blanco and Sheely Moore, 2012. Pro evidence, accepting a gift aids the interpersonal relationship. It preserves and strengthens the perception of the interpersonal relationship between the therapist and client. Salibi's 2016 study, participants perceived a stronger therapist-client relationship when the therapist accepted the gift versus rejecting it. By declining the gift by referencing a policy was perceived to weaken the relationship. The legit rationale for declining the gift was still viewed in a negative way. In Knox et al. 2009 study, clients reported not positive effects when their gifts were accepted. It was a form of appreciation that symbolized recovery, and gestures of love or appreciation felt accepted. The con evidence creates dual relationships. The pro stater, accepting gifts helps prevent consumer alienation, promotes acceptance, which prevents feelings of rejection, opens up dialogue and verbal expression, strengthens rapport between the therapist and the client, promotes trust, collaboration, and effective practice. Con stater, accepting gifts enables boundary issues. Boundary crossing causes ethical issues, can cause harmful effects putting client at risk. Gift giving constitutes as a multiple relationship. Pro evidence side, accepting gifts helps prevent consumer alienation. Rejecting gifts can act as a deterrent to effective practice through alienation. Can trigger defensiveness and rejection for the client, according to Hahn's study in 1998. Discourages consumers' sense of self-acceptance, damages rapport, and causes negative emotions that could lead to alienation. Accepting gifts opens up dialogue and verbal expression. This promotes communication and treatment collaboration, thus preventing feelings of alienation that can negatively affect treatment. The con evidence, it enables boundaries in multiple relationships. Brown and Transgerd stated that issues with boundaries occur frequently in psychotherapy and can show ethical dilemmas for both the client and therapist. Some areas of what is considered as boundary crossing, like socializing with a client, is not seen to be an ethical violation, whereas gift giving is an actual ethical violation. According to Brown and Transgerd, by crossing boundaries with your clients, such as gift giving, can be harmful to client and could put the therapeutic relationship at risk. According to the Behavior Analyst Certification Board, Professional and Ethical Compliance Code for Behavior Analysts, Code 1.06, clearly states that behavior analysts do not accept any gifts from any or gives to clients because this constitutes a multiple relationship. Pro side, accepting gifts accounts for cultural diversity. Accepting gifts initiates feelings of quid pro quo, the potential to break ethical code 2.1, pro attacker. Behavior analysts have a responsibility to operate in the best interest of clients. Accepting gifts accounts for cultural diversity for the pro attacker. Gifts are symbolic. According to Wolfenberger, gifts are valued more for their symbolism than for the transfer of material benefits. Gift giving occurs in most societies, and it's a way of communicating behavior. The ritual of gift giving occurs in most societies and is significantly influenced by values each culture carries. A gift, be it tangible good or intangible experience, might be considered a ritual offering is a sign of involvement and connectedness to another, an expression of social relationship between two or more persons that facilitates ongoing cooperation. Gifts are selected and given to fill certain values of the individual. Patterns and customs of gift giving vary across cultures. Beatty et al. Hypothesizes that personal values influence gift-giving behavior across cultures. Con, accepting gifts initiates feelings of the quid pro quo. Giving a gift is one kind of offers, but giving a gift, the giver may make the recipient incur a debt. Even if this giver simply wants to show appreciation, that still obligates the recipient. This is a quote pulled from a study by Park in 1998. When I receive a gift, I feel pressure to reciprocate sometime in the future. In fact, face-saving gifts are not pleasant at all, according to a male Korean correspondent. Gunlier pointed out, while the giver reaches out to the receiver through an act of sharing, he or she also places the receiver in a position of indebtedness. According to Feng et al., although gift giving is an act of sharing and goodwill, it can also put the receiver in a position where they feel they need to reciprocate the gesture. Research found a recipient is more reluctant to accept an expensive gift. The recipient is expected to decline an expensive gift upon the first or second offer. This cultural value would make the gift giver equally tactful when presenting an expensive gift. In summary, according to Knox, 2009, when participants were giving therapists a gift, they expressed that they had mixed emotions and were concerned how the therapist would react to the gift. The clients may have felt nervous and discomfort when they gave the therapist a gift. In this debate, we discussed the differences of accepting a gift from a client, rejecting a gift, and how it could impact the client, and the social and cultural differences of gift giving. As a group, we support the con side as a whole and support the BACB's Professional and Ethical Compliance Code for Behavior Analysts, Code 1.06, and how multiple relationships with clients are harmful. Considering the topic of gift giving in the field of ABA, it is important due to the fact that gift giving can create multiple relationships and the crossing of boundaries, which could ultimately negatively impact treatment. And these are our references.